righty, here we go once again, folks. It's the Sports Kings NFL Week 4 prediction show. I'm your host, Mean Gene, and we have everyone on board tonight, including a special guest, a blast from the past. Look here, you know what? This guy helped put the Sports Kings on the map. He was our producer at ESPN 97.5 Houston. And me and Jacob, we had to debate whether or not we was going to bring him on because he's a big-time Cowboys fan, as you will find out throughout this show. But that's okay. He is still our guy, man, and we are so honored to have him on. AJ Russ. What's up, AJ?
Not much. Great to see y'all guys, and I'm excited to be on the show for sure. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to talking some more NFL Week 4 football with y'all and seeing what y'all think, definitely.
Hey, Dustin. So when I first hit him up, he says, "Damn, you guys still alive?"
Hey, well, listen. Normally, I wouldn't want to bring a Cowboys fan on the show, but the way they're playing, I want to hear the Cowboys fans see what they got to say.
Oh man, hey, AJ doesn't shy away, and believe me, he brings some good points. So, Dustin Pfeiffer, fresh off a great week in the picks, as we will get into a little bit later, covers the Carolina Panthers and the Charlotte Hornets. Dustin, is that a Carolina shirt? Is that you wearing your media shirt?
Hey, you see it, and listen, I don't know if I could have a better week, Gene. Dominating in the picks, dominating in fantasy football. My son's baseball team is 3-0. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm on cloud 9 right now.
You are, and you deserve to be there, man. Congratulations. We can't take it away from you. Meanwhile, I tell you what, look here. Every week, there seems to be a jersey missing from Jacob's wall. Are you getting frustrated that this team is 0-3? Jacob Meadows.
I noticed the Texans polo went away real quick.
Well, so to be fair, I was gonna wear it. It's at Rachel's house, so I didn't have it. I was gonna wear it proudly, even though we suck.
Don't be blaming Rachel.
Awful. Yeah, no, it's Rachel's fault.
Do not blame Rachel, man. So anyway, all right, man. This is it's gonna be a great show. Anyway. As you know, look, we cannot start a show without Bobby, okay? Bobby is our guy, man. Bobby has been on for every show. He's in the chat room. He's got a lot to say. And I know when we talk about the Raiders and Bears for week 4, he's going to jump in there and throw his 2 cents in there. But, guys, okay, look here. We always like to start off with the previous week here. And I did not want to put this graphic on the board here.
Man, that thing's
but
pretty.
Look, now last week we had Brian DiArdo from CBSSports.com. And Brian, I know we don't have his picks, but Brian came in, he didn't give a damn, right? He just went, he was 8-8, even with those wild ass picks, right? That he made. He had crazy predictions, but not bad. Not bad with some of those picks that he made. So anyway. All right, Dustin Pfeiffer for the second consecutive week, guys, 13-3. He was 1-0 on this lock there, and he was 1-1 on the upset there. So far,
I had the
overall
Panthers.
record.
I had the Panthers. I'm no longer taking the Tennessee Titans. I will stop that pick. But hey, other than that, listen. If you look on that right side of it, I'm never going to get to Gene's picks. It takes a minute to get to his because he's down at the bottom. But Gene's the only one who hasn't called an upset this year. Have you noticed that, Jacob? That's why I got him at the bottom, even though y'all are tied.
I find solace in that, Dustin, because I had a terrible week. But knowing that I'm better than Gene at something, it fills my heart with warm fuzzies. He has not done well with the upsets.
Yeah, I haven't done well with the upsets. But look, that's okay, though. That's okay, because this is probably going to be the week here. And this is going to be the week. Look, So anyway, 36-12, Dustin, overall. Jacob, 32-16. And I'm right there with you, Jacob, 32-16. So, look, now my locks of the week are pretty cool there. But, yeah I'm 0-3 on those upsets. But we'll see anyway. AJ,
listen, I'm talking junk, but those are 3 pretty damn good records for the first 3 weeks of the season. So.
and yeah, because this is the best start we've ever gotten off to. Because normally, guys, and I don't know what's done happened over there in Charlotte, over there in North Carolina, and historically has sucked at this. I don't know. He's bringing his A game this year.
It's because we're on YouTube. That's why you got to bring the heat.
Yeah, something about the broadcast here, man. He's yeah. And look, and AJ, man, look, and this is why we have to impress tonight, because AJ does this for a living. He produces stuff, so I'm over here pushing all kinds of buttons, trying to make sure I can talk. AJ's just like, man, this is easy peasy. AJ, you don't have to do nothing tonight, man.
Oh yeah, nah. I mean, I'm excited to pick some games too, though, and see how that turns out, because I have some upsets picked for sure.
You do better than Gene. We'll guarantee you come back.
Oh.
Well, that's not saying much, Jacob. Let's
hey, look, and let's kind of talk about some of these upsets here, because first of all, look here, me and Jacob talked about what would have, should have, could have been a win for the Rams. I mean, come on now. Who the hell knows that a big lineman is going to block a field goal and run it for a touchdown?
Dustin, apparently.
Everyone knew that the Rams had that game won.
And you know me, I'm big on the Rams. I think the Rams are a contender. I thought the game would be close, and man, the way they dominated for 3 quarters, I basically was writing that game off. So the fact that the Philadelphia Eagles finally threw the ball to come back instead of having to run it, that was good to see from them. But yeah, just a crazy, and we had a lot of crazy endings to games with blocked field goals and different things like that. So it was a wild Sunday in the NFL. It
was a wild Sunday in the NFL, and guys, injuries continue to hunt the NFL. And my God, James Conner, the bread and butter for the Arizona Cardinals offense. That guy's a good, he's just a good guy all around. Beat cancer. He was with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he's gone for the year. I mean, what the hell is going on here? This is like the worst year I've ever seen for injuries.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, Jacob. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to agree. It does feel like we have more prolific players getting injured quicker this season than in normal years.
And I just think that's. I mean, I think back to what Brian said last week, talking about the Arizona Cardinals. Like, you talk about a double whammy. Like, that's a game with Mac Jones starting. You were in that entire game. Brian said it's a show-me game for Kyler Murray. They don't get the win in a game they probably should have won. And on top of that, you lose your starting running back for the season. That is a huge blow in week 3 for the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah. For the 49ers, they're without Nick Bosa for the season too. That sucks as well.
I mean, the 49ers, as always, injuries. Yeah.
Yeah, and look, we're not talking about, I mean, no NFL players are scrub, but I mean, we're talking about key players. We're talking about big time players. So, and AJ, I want to get your thoughts on CD Lamb, who just, man, he was not feeling it. You could clearly tell something was going on with CD Lamb in that game last week.
Well, I'm glad they're not putting him on IR. I expect them probably to miss like 2 or 3 games, maybe 4, but I'm just glad it wasn't as serious or as bad as it looked, because it looked like he broke something, but fortunately he was okay. But we're going to be missing him. We're missing our starting center. We're missing Tyler Booker, our rookie first-round pick this year too, for 4 to 6 weeks. So they're already mounting up, like Dustin said. Like, it's been early injury, like in week 3. Like, usually we see it like a few weeks later, but yeah, how many there are right now? It's insane too.
And if you're a Cowboys fan, I mean, if you would have told them in week 3 that you would be without your best offensive player in CD Lamb, and you already were without your best defensive player who was traded to Green Bay, I mean, it doesn't get any worse than that. And let's spend 1 second on this game, Gene, because I want to go back to a quote that Jacob Meadows said about the Dallas Cowboys and the lock of the week, when he said they're going to beat the piss out of the Chicago Bears. Jacob, would you like to comment on that quote that you had last week?
I was a believer. I will say I have Caleb Williams in all 3 of my fantasy leagues, but I was a believer. Dak's throwing lasers, and I have CD Lamb in 2 of my leagues, and I dove in on the Cowboys. I was like, Dallas, I need this from you. And then they sucked. God bless the Chicago Bears. Just came out guns blazing. Dallas.
I mean, is that the best game we've seen as Caleb Williams as a pro?
By far. Yeah, it was a complete game. He looked good in every facet. Like, it was solid.
Yeah, and congratulations to Ben Johnson. How about that, huh? Getting that win, man. And that matters so much. I mean, you just want to see that. You want to see those guys get those wins there. And So Aaron Glenn now, he's the next guy that's got to got to get it done. AJ, I mean, look, I don't know if there's a rule or something that would allow for a team to request for an early bye. You think Dallas might
we got like to week 10 or 11, something like that. So
man.
But,
my goodness.
I've never seen like the secondary bust so many coverages. It's insane. I don't know what the problem is. At least we're getting Deron Bland back, but it seems like it's beyond a scheme thing too. Like Eberflus, I don't know what he's doing. Like he only rushes forward, only runs zone. Like there's no adjustments. It's awful, and there's no pass rush as well too. You can say, of course, Micah not being there, but like you can scheme some of that too. But like he doesn't blitz at all, man. Like it's awful. I haven't seen anything like it.
I expected a lot from him because, I mean, this is a team that he knows well. He coached that team for, 2.5 years or whatever. Yeah. And, I mean, man, I just didn't see – you just didn't see none of that. I mean, I don't know.
I got a couple of other games real quick. Let's touch on, Gene, that stuck out to me. One, we have to do it. I know y'all are there in Houston, so I'm going to give you and Jacob the floor. The Houston Texans are now 0-3 on the season. I don't even want to say what's the vibe in Houston because I already know what it is, but how much is the house crashing in on the Houston Texans right now out there in Houston?
Jen Pop wants to fire Nick Caley. They want Nick Caley out. They want the quarterback's coach to take over, and it's hard not to side with general population because I'll double down on what I said last week. Our offense looks the exact same as it did under Bobby Slowick. Might as well have given him a third year to see if he could develop further. The offensive playbook looks terrible. Every play takes too long to develop. I love Nick Chubb, right? I do. Everybody's got to. He's a success.
But he's not Nick Chubb anymore.
It's not Nick Chubb anymore. Yeah. I do like that Woody Marks is getting more involved. I think he's going to be very good, but our run game is not good. Christian Kirk came back. Thank God for that. He looked a little rusty, but he's been out. So Christian Kirk.
CJ Stroud just does not look the same, right?
Stroud looks scared, and it's because it's too many long developing plays. If we had more quick hits, first, second read, even if you ran one read plays, right? Don't make him read a defense. He doesn't have the time for it. One read plays, just zip shots. That's all we need are zip shots. We look good out of not our screens because Nick Chubb's old now, but it's one of those things where if you can scheme around not waiting 4 seconds to toss a ball downfield, we'd be fine. Yeah. But Nick Caley, just like Bobby Slowick, doesn't understand that.
Gene, is it over for the Houston Texans this year?
Well, I was looking at the standings, and I mean, good Lord, we had this all wrong in the AFC South.
We did, I will fully admit that.
God, we had it wrong. I mean, we got the Colts undefeated, and we got Jacksonville right there, and then you got the Texans and the Titans there. Yeah. So look, at least
I will apologize again to the Colts later in this show.
At least one of them's going to win a game this week. We'll find out which one here in a little bit. But I don't think it's over for them. But man, you got to get these offensive coordinator things right here. I mean, when you let a guy go, you really got to think about this. I can recall Mike Tomlin going through the same thing. You let Todd Haley go. Todd Haley was good for all them years, and then you bring in, Mike Tomlin's gone through a couple of different offensive coordinators, and this still falls on the head coach. So, I mean, D'Amico got to get it right, Jacob. He's got to get it right because soon it points back to the head coach.
Should have hired Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly made sense. The defensive coordinator in Philadelphia with Chip Kelly is our linebackers coach for the Texans now. D'Amico played there with him. Chip Kelly could have come in as the OC. And what is he doing with the Raiders right now? He's ignoring Brock Bowers. We don't need to use our tight end a bunch. He doesn't use Dash and Genie. We don't have a good running back. So Chip Kelly was the perfect fit for the offense that the Texans are deploying. We dropped the ball. We dropped the ball on that one. Gave Stroud the OC he wanted, and now we're 0-3.
I think it's because they didn't want to pay him because I think Chip Kelly's getting paid like $6 million, something like that.
Paid a lot. I bet he went there because he's going to take over for Pete Carroll.
Yeah,
Pete Carroll retires soon. He's going to take the helm of the Raiders.
Right.
But God bless it. God, Chip Kelly would have been dope in Houston.
Real quick, I know we got to get into our picks, but I mean, I'll even say it from a guy in Carolina, Gene. I don't think anybody saw the Panthers beating the Falcons by 30. Do got to give them some credit. In the last 6 quarters, the Panthers defense has only given up 6 points. Going back to the Arizona game, and a lot of it was what the Panthers defense was doing, but we'll get into it here a little later. A lot of it was Michael Penix and the Falcons just looking awful on offense. And Gene, how about them going to Kirk Cousins in the fourth quarter of that game?
You know what? I tell you, man, look, if another game like that happens again, we're gonna have to come up with another category called ass kicking of the week because man, did not see that happening at all. 30 points. I mean, look, shout out, just unbelievable big win there. I know that Jacob, it just never dawned on me. That's why Dustin came in hot, all week long, man.
Yeah,
it's rare. That hasn't happened since I
picked it. I did pick it.
You did, which is a crazy selection, but it was a
crazy selection. I'd stayed clear away from that, but I saw that. I think I was up in Dallas this weekend, so just unbelievable. But anyway,
and lastly, real quick, did the Detroit Lions make a statement on Monday Night Football?
Boy,
absolutely.
Did they? Yeah, because we all picked the Ravens. AJ,
we did.
Who would you have picked in that game Monday night?
I would have picked the Ravens too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, come on now. I mean,
they did whatever they wanted to against that Ravens team.
Crazy, just a good win for Dan Campbell. He's a good guy. They love him here in Texas because he went to school at A&M.
Yeah. So just some shout outs to some of the games that stuck out this week. I mean, Detroit put themselves right back in the Super Bowl conversation.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get ready for week 4, guys. And AJ, let's go ahead and talk about the rules here now. AJ, we do have this thing here because you saw the chart there. We got this thing called Lock of the Week.
Mm-hmm.
And when you make your Lock of the Week, it also comes with a little sound. It's because that's a lock. That means you guarantee it.
Okay.
That's what that means there. So you are sure that that's going to happen there.
And by the way, I'm the only one undefeated on locks. So I just want to throw that out there.
Well, because he came up with the category. Okay. So me and Jacob, we just had to go along with this. Okay. All right. But we like it though. We like it. And then I do like this one here because we have always said this, but we just have never given it any, type of a category, but we have it now. Now, the upset of the week, AJ, it comes with some noise, man. I mean, it's like,
gotta let them know.
Man, you gotta let them know. Hey, man, call the authorities because this is going down. Okay. So that's what we got there.
Yeah.
And let's do it, man. Okay, because look now, this right here, Thursday night game, no better way to start than with the NFC West. The Wild West is what we used to call it here. And I can tell you this, guys. I look at this game here. We talked about James Conner being out for the season. Bless his heart there, man. Love that guy. That guy's a really good guy. But how about Trey Benson replaces him?
Yeah.
Benson had 51 scrimmage yards last week. Still haven't seen much of Marvin Harrison Jr., guys. But Seahawks, huge win over the Saints last week. So, AJ, we're gonna let you start first, man. Who you like in this matchup of NFC West rivals?
I think I for sure have Seattle in this game just because of how the defense, alongside with how Sam Darnold's been able to command the offense, and Jackson Smith-Njigba, he's really emerged as their wide receiver 1. But for the Seahawks, I mean, you can make the argument they should be 3-0 if it wasn't for that 49ers game because this team has just been on one accord. Mike McDonald, I mean, he's really done great, and this is his second year as head coach. They won 10 games last season. The only reason why they weren't in the playoffs is because of that tiebreaker with the Rams. So I think I have them in this matchup. For the Cardinals, I mean, they have a solid team, even offensively and defensively, but like the lack of rapport between Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. has just continued to be apparent. And like we talked about, James Conner not being there is going to suck. Maybe Trey Benson can emerge and get some good things in the running game. But, I have Seattle in this game.
Jacob?
I think that was beautifully said, AJ. I miss doing a show with you every week. Yeah, I agree with everything AJ just said. I'd take Seattle to win, Seattle to cover. They're 1.5-point favorites. It's in Arizona. Arizona does not have the firepower to keep up with Seattle. Their defense looks much better. Their offense looks much more fine-tuned. Seattle.
Yeah, and listen, I mean, the way Seattle played in Pittsburgh, the way they played last week, I mean, again, it was the Saints, but you got to like what you're seeing from them. And AJ's right. They probably could be 3-0 if Sam Darnold doesn't cough up that ball on that last drive of the game. And we talked about it before. That was a huge bummer for the Arizona Cardinals last week. I do think Trey Benson is very serviceable. I watched him at Florida State. He's a hard runner who can make some plays. Gene, go ahead and throw the graphic up on the screen. I'm taking an upset. I'm gonna run out the gates hot here. I'm gonna keep it rolling. I just think they're gonna bounce back at home Again, I kind of go back to what Brian DiArdo said last week. Kyler Murray, you have got to show me something. And I just think at home, I think Seattle's a very good team. I just don't think they're as good as we think after seeing 44 points against the Saints. It is the Saints. So Thursday night, a short week, getting back at home. The one thing I will say, you're right, Gene, and everybody said it. My God, Marvin Harrison, can you show up? Because, guys, let's take a second. Do you remember that this guy was probably one of the most highly touted wide receiver prospects to ever come to the NFL draft? So we're not asking a guy to come out here and just be an average receiver. We're looking for, top 5, top 10 receiver in the league, and he's dropping wide open balls. So, I mean, we have to see something from him, but I think Trey McBride can make some plays. I think Trey Benson's going to make some plays, and Kyler Murray will make some more plays with his legs. Give me the Cardinals for the upset.
Wow. Okay, Dustin, you're not messing around, man.
I'm not.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. Hey, I look, man. Sam Darnold. I think he's found his mojo. I know we're early here. I think the Seahawks are going to get it done here. So we'll see how this one goes.
Is there anyone that goes about their business more quiet than Sam Darnold?
Yeah, I mean, he just I mean,
they do need to get their run game going though. Kenneth Walker, he did have 2 touchdowns last week, but they hadn't run the ball as much as I thought they would. So
because Charbonnet, I think, is out if I'm not mistaken. So it's all Kenneth Walker in this one.
Yeah.
All right, the next game we have, guys, we're gonna take it to Dublin, Ireland, where it's the Vikings and the Steelers. Okay, and here's a warning. Okay. The Vikings are 4-0 in international games. I'm just saying. All right. Okay. Both teams are coming off wins in week 3. Both teams are 2-1. But the Steelers are first place in the AFC North. I just
Gene could not wait to say that,
Jacob.
Yeah, I had that circled, man. I'm going to go ahead and take a stab at this one first. Okay. Look, I picked the Steelers last week. They got it done. Over New England, and I know Mike Vrabel is just kicking himself. It was a winnable game by the Patriots, but it was a big, impressive win for the Steelers on the road because the defense still hasn't really showed up. But somehow they got the win. And I know that record, international games. I don't know. I just think that Dublin crowd, they like the the Rooney family. I think they got a little history over there because if I'm not mistaken, I do think that Art Rooney was the ambassador to one of those countries over there, and I'm thinking it was Ireland. I could be wrong. I'm trying to see how this whole game was even manufactured, but I got the Steelers winning in Dublin, and they're going to be drinking some of that good old beer afterwards.
Are you making this an upset of the week, or are you just going to call it as a regular pick?
Oh, nah, it's a regular game.
Okay. Go ahead, Jacob.
I'm going to take the Wentz train. I like Minnesota. I'm going to take Carson Wentz until he loses. Carson Wentz is a good quarterback. He was a good signing for Minnesota. It's the most quarterback-friendly system in the league. And Minnesota's defense is phenomenal. This is the last week Jordan Addison's out, which is exciting for them. But I just think they have enough weapons on offense to get it done. Doesn't matter if Aaron Jones plays. Jordan Mason's just as good now with Aaron Jones being 100 years old. I think Minnesota's got a good team. I'm worried about Aaron Rodgers traveling to Ireland, right? No idea how anybody's going to play across the pod. But I am worried about that. The old Pittsburgh Steelers team, the joints are going to hurt, right? It's a long flight.
Oh, my God.
Taking Minnesota.
Go ahead, AJ.
Well, I'm reminded of a game last year the Jets played against the Vikings internationally. I believe Aaron Rodgers had 2 or 3 interceptions in that game, and that's why I'm picking the Vikings in this too as well because, Brian Flores, defensive coordinator there, he throws a lot of exotic blitzes and different looks and coverages. I think it can be tough for Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers offensive line. I think it'll be a competitive game, but I think the Vikings should win. I mean, the only reason why I would have a little hesitancy of picking the Vikings is because of Carson Wentz and last week.
Yeah, listen, when I saw this game, it was breaking up on me right there. When I saw this game, Gene, I thought Steelers right off the bat. But then, Gene, and again, a win's a win, but I kind of went back and studied that box score a little bit. The Patriots outgained the Steelers 369 to 203. They outrushed them 119 to 64. And it was the 5 turnovers from the Patriots, and the Steelers still only won by 1 score. That's just – I know it's a win. It's on the road. You're going to take it. You're in first place of the AFC North. then you absolutely should. But I mean, that's just the Steelers still aren't clicking on our cylinders when it comes to offense and defense, and I just worry about that. And the Vikings seem to get their mojo back. That defense last week, man, I know it was a backup quarterback in Browning, but they were all over the field, and I just like what they got. Again, when it comes to these pick'em games, I'm going to take the better defense, and I just think Minnesota has a better defense right now and is playing more complementary football than the Steelers. So, Gene, I'm going to leave you on an island by yourself. I'm also taking the Minnesota Vikings.
Hey, look, I've been there, man. I have been there many times with you guys, and I get that. That's not a problem. So, all right, we got 3 for the Vikings, 1 for Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. This next game here. Washington at Atlanta. The 2-1 Washington Commanders at the 1-2 Atlanta Falcons. Falcons laid a goose egg versus the Panthers last week. Marcus Mariota led the Commanders to a win versus Vegas. Sort of a must-win for Atlanta to stay competitive in the NFC South. Dustin, from the NFC South, who do you like in this one?
Well, first of all, Gene and Jacob, didn't y'all have the Raiders over the Commanders last week? Just throwing that out.
I did that. I did. I really did.
Okay.
Shout out, Bobby.
Yeah, sorry, Bobby. Listen, I think the Commanders showed that they're a professional football team. They got a professional veteran backup quarterback. I don't know the status of Jaden Daniels this week. It really, to me, in my eyes, doesn't matter. The Falcons showed me enough last week that I'm not high on them at all. The way they're running the pistol all the time, it's just not suitable for Michael Penix. Bijan Robinson's not really getting involved. I just don't like what I'm seeing down there in Atlanta. And remember, if Mariota does play in this game, he's looking for revenge against the Falcons, where he once was a quarterback and they released him. So I like them even if Mariota plays. I mean, they put up 41 last week and the Falcons put up 0. So if the Washington Commanders put up 20 to 24 points in this game, they're probably going to win. So give me the Commanders to get a win on the road.
Okay, Jacob.
God dang it! I was hoping you were going to pick AJ. I don't know who I want on this one. Me and Rich were going back and forth about this one. I had Washington circled originally. I think Atlanta's going to bounce back. They'll at least be better than they were last week. It couldn't get any worse. Scary Terry's out. He's doubtful. He'll probably be out.
Oh man, scary. He is very scary.
Debo and Noah Brown and a couple of running backs.
Don't forget about Luke McCaffrey out there scoring touchdowns.
Yeah, Luke McCaffrey. I don't know, dude. Atlanta's got a pretty good defense. You couldn't tell last week. They have some players that can play some ball. I think I'm going to go with the upset here. Don't put the graphic on the board. It's not what this is for. Okay. But I think I'm going to take Atlanta plus 1.5 in Washington. Or they're at Atlanta, but I think Atlanta's going to pull off this upset.
Now, don't forget, Jacob, you can have multiple upsets.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Like
Jacob likes playing it safe.
Upset thing on the board. Yeah, I'll take this as an upset of the week.
Okay.
I'll do a couple of these this week.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
No peer pressure. I'm just letting you know that you can do it.
This is harder for me to dig out of this hole behind you.
Well, so you were convinced. Now, damn it, Jacob, I need you to make your own choices. Don't be bullied by Dustin Pfeiffer.
Well, I
apologize.
This is a terrific selection. So.
I mean, listen, if you're going to pick it, you might as well put the stamp on it, right? I mean,
yeah, you might as well put the stamp on it. All right. So, AJ, who you like?
For me, initially, I was going to pick Washington, but now thinking about it a little bit more, I mean, the Falcons, they have to be playing with pride on the line, especially after that performance. I mean, you're losing to what is perceived to be one of the lower ranked teams in the league, but
careful, AJ. Careful.
I know. I said proceed. But yeah, but I mean, they have to play better in this game, and I think that being at home will help them rejuvenate them. Their defense looks so dominant against Minnesota too. It was crazy that they performed like that in Week 3. So I think they'll respond. I think Michael Penix Jr. hopefully play better, but I don't know if y'all seen the stat too though. Michael Penix Jr. when starting against opposing teams that score 7 points, he's 0-4. So you got to be able to change that record. But I think that they should play better. And then, I mean, Mariota, he played really good in that Raiders game. So
he did.
That's something to look at. But the Falcons have to win this game, or at least play better than what they did last week for sure. I'm going to pick them in this game.
All right.
Kyle Pitts. Y'all remember this? Kyle Pitts is going over 100 yards with 2 tutters this week.
Wow.
Oh, don't mention Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, they gotta get
you got to mess up the whole damn pick when you mention Kyle Pitts.
That makes Gene angry. Don't do that.
God. See, Jacob, man, look, I am going with the
wow.
upset of the week. And look here, Jacob. Don't ever mention Kyle Pitt's name on this show. You almost ruined this whole damn pick. I am going with the Atlanta Falcons. I think look here. After you get beat as bad as you did in by the Carolina Panthers, and the Panthers are a better team than what we gave them credit for. But look, you got to do better. Raheem Morris, I mean, you got to do better. Okay, that was just embarrassing. I know the owner of that team, Arthur Blank, was not happy. I would have loved to have been in that owner's coaches meeting after that 30-point spanking. And I know he got a nice little butt chewing there. And you're at home, you got to show something. You know, we've seen a lot of teams, home teams booing their teams this year. We saw it in Houston, and we're seeing it now. Fans are letting you know. And believe me, I don't want to see that at Mercedes-Benz. They got to look.
Hell, the Eagles were getting booed in the first half of their game on Sunday.
So hey, these fans are not messing around this year, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Atlanta with the upset win.
Wow, that's 3 for Atlanta. A lot of disrespect for the Commanders. Wow.
Well, I mean, it's
the Commanders to win that division.
Okay, but this is 2 weeks in a row you and Gina picked against Washington. So
yeah, well, Jay Daniels.
Well, yeah, I think we're gonna be right this one. Okay. All right. Next game, guys. We have the New Orleans.
This should be a 10-second clip right
the
here.
New Orleans Saints. 0-3 New Orleans Saints at the 3-0 Buffalo Bills here. Okay. What I'll say about this one here, it's not the best matchup on Sunday. Okay. Saints looking at 0-4 for the most part. And look, the Bills lead the NFL with over 420 yards per game. The question here, guys, is could we see a quarterback change in New Orleans?
If we do, does it matter? I mean, it's just like, you know, I do agree with you, Gene. It's kind of like I wouldn't even say it's like the New York situation. New Orleans situation is completely different from every other situation in the league. They seriously may not win a football game. That's how bad this is. But if you're going to make a change, like I know Spencer Rattler's young, but why not try the rookie and Tyler Shaw? Why not try something? So definitely, I think you could see that. I'll make this quick. I think it would be disrespectful for me to make this my lock of the week. That's how bad this is. So I'm not even going to do that. Yeah. Just give me the Bills and let's keep it moving.
AJ.
Yeah, Bills by a mile. I mean, really not too much to be said about this game. I mean, yeah, honestly.
Spread is 15.5, by the way.
Watch the Saints cover. Backdoor cover by the Saints.
Oh, God.
Okay. All right.
Bills have played bad against bad teams. Miami stayed in that game, and they beat Miami by 10. Saints could have a backdoor cover here for everybody that gambles. Bills, though. Bills, yeah, by a mile.
Is there such thing as a backdoor cover?
There actually is. I will say that.
Oh, my goodness. All
hey,
right.
you know what was a backdoor cover? Was the Philadelphia Eagles blocking a field goal and returning it for a touchdown.
That is a backdoor. You're right, because, oh, my, how many people were, like, dismantling their laptops and their computers after
So, Gene, you are taking the Bills, right? I want to hear you say it just to make sure. Go ahead and put the graphic on the screen. Call it upset, Gene.
This is going – look here, guys. I mean, look here. This is going to be my – no, just kidding.
I like that.
There's no way. I mean, this is an easy peasy game here. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one here. Now, things get a little bit interesting here.
Ooh, yeah,
things get a little bit interesting here. We got the Cleveland Browns here, and they are at the red hot Detroit Lions. Okay, look, both teams win in week 3. Browns upset win versus the Packers.
Yeah,
Jacob. Lions on the short week, huge win on the road in Baltimore. AJ, we'll start with you on this one, man. Who do you like with the Browns and the Detroit Lions?
A lot of people would say Lions instantly, and I could see the reason why people say, well, the Browns, I mean, how they played against Green Bay, especially that defensive line. I mean, they got Mason Graham, the rookie, obviously Myles Garrett, and their linebacker, the second-round pick this year, Carson Schwarzenegger, he looked really good in that matchup too. But I would say I still pick the Lions in this game just because I think that they have the better team. Their defense last week, second Lamar Jackson 7 times, forcing a fumble from Derrick Henry in the fourth quarter. I think that they should win the game. It could be an ugly win, but regardless of the situation, I think that they're going to win this game. I mean, Baltimore won 41-17 against them. So I think it's either going to go one or two ways. It's going to be a close, ugly win, or the Lions will blow them out. One of the two.
Go ahead, Jacob.
Yeah, I'm taking Detroit. I picked them to win the division. I love the Brownies, right? I am a Brownies fan. I've got a bunch of their jerseys in my closet. They got a good win over a Packers team that I don't understand. And I just, they Footsteps looks good. He's an ancient, but Footsteps Flacco does look good. Quinshon Judkins, huge. He is going to be a huge addition to this Cleveland offense, and he is going to help that team win more games. Defense is phenomenal. Detroit is better. I thought the Packers were better last week, but I don't understand that team. So I am taking Detroit to win this game, but I would take the Browns to cover.
Yeah, the spread's 9.5, so definitely kind of another bigger spread. I will say this: if the Cleveland Browns were to pull this off and beat the Packers and the Lions in back-to-back
Super
weeks,
Bowl aspirations.
one of the more impressive feats of the season. I mean, one thing we do have to say about the Browns, they have one of the best defenses in the NFL. Let's just be honest.
Yeah,
I mean,
they do. They really do.
They completely shut down the Packers last weekend.
Yeah.
With that, and I could see them hanging around for 3 quarters,
Yeah.
kind of like AJ said, making this a close game. But the Lions just got the mojo right now. I mean, we're not just talking about last week against Baltimore. We're talking about 52 points the week before that. They have finally said, like, hey, we're not just Ben Johnson. Like, we've still got all our guys. We got Goff. St. Brown is going above and beyond, even better than what I thought he had. Thank you, fantasy football. And, I mean, it's just unbelievable. And then AJ mentioned it, the defense. Aiden Hutchinson looks like he's back. He was all over Lamar Jackson. So I think the Browns could hang around because of that defense, but I'll take the Lions to win the game.
Yeah, same here, guys. I think this is going to be across the board, but yeah, you guys all make great points here. And look, man, some of the play calling that we saw on that Monday night, especially with that
fourth down option,
Amon-Ra St. Brown throwing to Gibbs, and look, who would have thought that David Montgomery would just run all over the place? And look, I made a comparison, guys. And I want to know, get your thoughts on this. David Montgomery reminded me so much of Ray Rice a little bit there because he really just looks like that kind of a runner. And but man, when you think, I mean, those are the best 2 running backs. If you play fantasy football, you damn near have to start both of these guys. I mean, you just have to. I mean, they just, I didn't see that one coming. Usually it's Gibbs that just runs up and down the field, but David Montgomery had the game of his life there, and Bears. I mean, I'm still wondering what were the Bears thinking about getting rid of this guy? I mean,
right?
Yeah.
What the hell?
They now hold the most touchdowns or the most touchdowns for the pair in games.
It's unbelievable, man. So I got the
90 points in the last 2 games for the Lions.
Unreal. But I do not like that spread though. I think I agree with you, Dustin. Yeah. The Browns defense is basically what won that game over Green Bay. So they're better than, what is it, 9.5 points? You said, right?
Yeah, 9.5. Yep.
Yeah. So don't like that at all. All right. Let's move it on here to what we got here. We'll get rid of this one and we'll go to the next game, guys, which is going to be the 0-3 Tennessee Titans at the 0-3 Houston Texans. Guess what? Somebody's going to win their first game of the year, right?
Or it could be a tie.
Oh, no, please don't say that. Don't say that.
Good call,
AJ.
that.
That's a good pick.
All right, look here. Both AFC South teams looking for their first win of the season. And, Jacob, I'm going to let you have this one first.
Houston's winning this game. Houston is winning this game unless it's a tie. I didn't even consider that.
Yeah.
That would be worse than
leave it up to AJ to confuse the hell out of everybody now.
No, Houston wins this one. Christian Kirk's back. He's got a week under his belt. Christian Kirk will play well. Nico Collins won't fumble the ball. The only reason we lost to Jacksonville is because Nico fumbled. Like, that was, if we lost all of our momentum on that play, there were tons of other things that happened that could have propelled us to a victory. But Nico Collins fumbling is what cost us the game. At the end of the day, we lost all of our momentum. Tennessee is not a good team. I think they will be. Cam Ward's a little banged up. He's questionable for the game. He'll probably play. But Houston's defense is too good for that Tennessee offense. We might actually shut them out. We're going to win 3-0, and it is going to be a terrific.
3-0. You gonna make us watch this 3-0 win?
It'll be a barn burner, but let that barn burn because Houston's getting a dub in the win column.
What you got, AJ?
Yeah, they better win. Houston better win. I have them winning, but yeah, if if Cam Ward wasn't like as banged up, I'd be like, they might have a shot. Yeah, and then also, I mean, if you look at the first 2 games particularly, he didn't play terrible. I mean, if you look at it, the receivers are dropping a lot of balls too as well, and then like he really didn't have a turnover interception until that pick 6 against the Colts. But I'll say the Texans win this game. I don't know how it's gonna look, how ugly it may be, but I'm gonna say they're gonna win. If they don't win, I think it'll be a tie. I'm not gonna lie.
The spread is 7.5. And yeah, 7.5.
Huge spread.
And maybe that's because Cam Ward's questionable, like you said.
Right.
Who knows? That is the one thing. I mean, Jacob said it. I don't know how many points the Texans will score, but we do know the Texans. The one strength they do have is the D line, and that D line should be all over Cam Ward or whoever plays for the Titans at quarterback. I think he's probably been the most pressured quarterback in the league for the first 3 weeks of the season. So I've never done this with an 0-3 team, but I'm going to make this, Gene. Go ahead and put it up. I'll make this my lock of the week. Because, Gene, you just said it before I asked you if it was over for the Texans. And it may not be over, but if they somehow lose this game, it's automatically over for the Houston Texans. Like, you have to win this game at home. So I'm going to make it my lock. I'm with AJ and Jacob. It may not be pretty, but that defensive line should cause enough havoc for the Houston Texans to get their first win of the season.
All right, Dustin. You beat me to the punch because it's also going to be my lock. Yeah, it is, and I have it here on paper. They got to get this win, guys. They have to get this win because the Texans fans were one of those groups of fans that we talked about that were booing. Okay, and man, look at here. I expect this defense to just be all over. Look, just like what we saw with the Minnesota Vikings defense against Cincinnati, I expect to see this defense all over Tennessee on Sunday.
Hey, Dustin.
Yes.
Write this down for my lock of the week. So as you can see, I just forgot to say it, but it is a lock for the Houston game. I've got it written.
Okay, right. So you locking this one?
He's locking it in.
All right, so we got a three-way lock here.
I think this is the first time we've had 3 locks.
AJ, you don't want to lock?
Nah, not this. I want to say mine.
Okay.
Let me ask one. I know we got to move along, but one quick question. You can say yes or no answer to the all y'all in Houston. If this goes sideways, and let's say, because I'm looking at the Texans' next 4 games, they've got the Titans, right? But then they've got the Ravens, the Seahawks, the Niners, and the Broncos. If this goes sideways and they're 1-6 or 1-7, 2-6, does D'Amico Ryan's seat get a little warm in Houston?
Yes, I think so. There's no reason for it not to. I love D'Amico Ryan's, loved him as a player.
I do too.
He will be on the hot seat if we're 1-8, right?
Yeah.
Or 1-6, 1-7, D'Amico Ryan's hot seat gets pretty hot, or his seat.
He's over at that point if they have that type of record.
Mm-hmm.
You think the same?
Yeah,
I disagree. I disagree because you got to think about what's out there. We spoke earlier about the offensive coordinator. He's got to get that part right.
Well, but as part as being the head coach.
Oh, I know.
This would be the second wrong offensive coordinator.
Yep.
Yeah,
right. Overall accountability. Yeah, that seat is going to be warm. It's warm.
The only thing that can change that is if Kaylee was a Caserio pick. If this was a Caserio pick, we could see Nick Caserio on the hot seat. They retained D'Amico.
Yeah, now we can see that.
Yeah.
That's true.
If D'Amico just had to go along with this Nick Kaylee hire,
right.
told by the powers that be, that's one thing.
Good
and that's
call,
possible because
Jacob.
Kaylee had ties to the Patriots just like Caserio. So
good call, guys. All right, here we go.
Let's go.
We got the 1-2 Carolina Panthers at the 1-2 New England Patriots. Panthers get their first shutout win since November 22nd, 2020, and they beat the brakes off Atlanta And look, positive thing there for New England last week is Hunter Henry had a great game, guys, versus the Steelers.
Yep.
8 catches, 90 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So, Dustin Pfeiffer, what do you think about this one?
I mean, I think this is going to be a really close game. The spread is New England minus 5.5. I think that's a little too high. I think these teams are kind of close. One thing about the Panthers, I said it before. Everybody was talking about that defense being a weak point. They've only given up, again, I'm going to say it again, 6 points in the last 6 quarters, and they're officially in the top, I believe it's top 6 in turnovers on defense, and they're 8th in scoring defense. So this defense has really turned it around. Derek Brown being back in the middle of that defensive line, he's one of the best defensive tackles in the league. He's an animal. And then on the flip side, Bryce Young, he didn't do a whole lot last week, but he didn't have to. I mean, the defense had a pick 6, and they had some more turnovers. But Bryce Young took care of the ball. He rushed for a touchdown. They got the run game involved. Rico Dowdle rushed for a touchdown. So go ahead and put the graphic up, Gene. The Panthers kind of made me a believer last week again. And I mentioned the Panthers being really
Are
up
we
there.
locking?
No, we're not locking. We're going upset. We're going upset.
Oh, good
We're going
Lord.
upset. Sound the siren.
Oh, good Lord. Okay.
I got the shirt on. I got to
Damn.
make the pick. Listen, you can say what you want about the Patriots, and I know Jacob said last week he likes them. He likes what they're doing, and I do too. But if you turn the ball over 5 times, you're not going to win many football games. And if they continue to turn the ball over like that with the Panthers who are creating turnovers, I like that recipe. So give me the Panthers to go up there and get a win. And listen, guys, if they can get this win, they come back home and play a Dolphins team. So the Panthers have a chance to get some momentum going. I like the Panthers for the upset this week. And remember, I had it last week as well. I just want to say that. So it's not like I'm making a homer pick. Like I watched that game over and over again. And 30-0 in the NFL is 30-0. They dominated the Atlanta Falcons.
Jacob, you laughing, so I what's up?
Oh, I like Dustin's take on that. I don't agree with his pick, right? I am going to go with New England here, but like everything he said was right. Carolina looked phenomenal. There is no luck that can carry you to a 30-0 dub in the NFL.
Right.
Doesn't happen. I do like New England. I do think Mike Vrabel probably grabbed Ramondre Stevenson by the throat and put him through a wall or something this week, right? They're not going to have 4 fumbles again. It doesn't happen. And I guarantee you Vrabes had a team meeting, and he's like, you are all gone if you do not perform better. So I'm taking in Foxborough. I think Vrabes rebounds real well here. I don't agree with the spread. I think that this is a 1 to 3 point margin of error or margin of victory, right? There's no way it's a 5.5 point, but give me New England on this one.
AJ.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I was just kind of thinking about picking the Panthers not only because of what Dustin said, but literally, if you watch the game though, Derek Brown being on the defensive line, their secondary is playing great too. For some reason,
J.C. Horn is locking people up.
He earned that contract, man, for sure. Man, you know what? Cue it for me too. I'm gonna say upset of the week.
Let's go, AJ.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
get out of here. Wait a minute, guys. Boy, AJ, I didn't see that one coming there.
Is that
What?
too that I've kind of put peer pressure on, Gene?
AJ with the upset there.
Hey, he knows ball. That's what I like to hear.
You going Carolina, AJ?
I got Carolina.
Get out of here, you guys. Oh wow.
Come on, Gene. Let's go. Get on the bandwagon.
Hey, look
Gene.
here. No, I can't because I tell you what, I'm going the opposite direction, and I'm locking this
goodness
with the New England Patriots. Getting this win because Jacob, you said it. Look, Mike Vrabel, man, he is not going to stand for it. He could not. That was a tough pill to swallow last week, losing to the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was a game that they should have won. Hunter Henry did his best. Drake May is still on pace to become a solid NFL quarterback, and this game is up there in Foxborough, right? So no. Give me the lock.
Drake May going against his hometown team and the Carolina Panthers. So.
Yeah, give me the lock, man. I got New England win. This is a lock. This is a guarantee.
Wow.
All right.
I didn't see that coming, Jacob.
I didn't either. That one kind of blew me away as well.
What my pick?
Yeah, we didn't. I didn't see a lock. I don't.
No, it's my lock right here. This is it, man.
All right.
Yeah. I got to get in the win column in them locks. Damn it. All right. Next game, guys. Looks like it's the 3-0 Chargers at the 0-3 Giants. Man, I tell you, just opposite records here. Chargers looking to go 4-0. Giants looking for their first win. However, they will start Jackson Dart. And we said it here on this show almost 2 weeks ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
We said the footsteps. We said Russell Wilson was hearing footsteps.
We did.
And he heard those footsteps, and we said it would be much sooner than later. And here we are, week 4. It is much sooner. A lot of our counterparts in the industry thought it would be after the bye. But what the hell do they know? They don't listen to the Sports Kings, right? We called this, AJ, and we were right. And look at Jackson Dart. He gets the chance to get it done at home. And those Giants fans were just booing the hell out of the Giants last week. And Dustin, AJ, and Jacob, look, I think Dable saves his job by getting this move right now because
Hail Mary.
Yeah, this is a Hail Mary, man. It is. So, what do you think about this, Dustin?
It's a Hail Mary. Well, first of all, I'm trying to make this quick so we can keep the picks moving. It's the right call. Like it's time to put Jackson Dart out there. And I have been one who has been saying that Brian Dable is a really good coach, but the offense that I've seen him running the last couple of weeks, like he's got to take some blame for this, not just Russell Wilson. They're running some really bad offense out there, and that falls on him. It's the right call. I just wonder, is throwing him out there against the 3-0 Chargers, the right time to do it? Next week they play the Saints. Maybe you should have waited a week and put him out there against the Saints. But you're at home. You want your crowd to be rejuvenated. It's a chance to get back on track. And guys, they've been in most of the games they played in. I mean, that first half they hung with the Chiefs. They just couldn't get the ball in the end zone. They hung with the Cowboys. So Brian Daboll is trying to save his job. This is his last hurrah. They don't have to win a lot of games, but if Jackson Dart can show he is the guy of the future, then maybe that buys Brian Daboll another year. With that being said, again, it's the wrong matchup to go against. Putting a rookie quarterback against, Jim Harbaugh and that defense and the way Justin Herbert's playing, I'll take the Chargers to get a win.
Okay. AJ.
I'm locking this one. You see how their defense is playing too. You have Derwin James. He's a safety, but they line him up all across the field. They're playing devastating defense. Just playing at MVP level. Unfortunately, Najee Harris tore his Achilles, so that sucks. But Amari and Hampton, I think he was going to emerge as the lead back there anyway. So I just like what they're doing. Quentin Johnson is playing solid too. You have Ladd McConkey. Keenan Allen has really revitalized himself. His second stint there too. Yeah, give me the Chargers winning this game. That's
Keenan Allen looks like old Keenan Allen.
Oh, yeah.
Facts.
Jacob?
I do think that this game's closer than what people think it's going to be. It's kind of a trap game if you think about it. Nobody's got film on Dart. So they're going to come in, and the Giants have a terrific defense, right? So Dart's going to come in. He's going to look better. He'll probably look better against the Chargers than he will the Saints. And I would lock that in. Chargers win this game, though. Herbert's playing at an MVP level. The defense looks good. Hampton was already their best running back. The receivers look great. It's just, if the Chargers lose this game, Denver deserves to win the division.
Let's not go that far.
That's a good one.
and listen, the other thing the Giants need to do, Gene, before you make your pick, is give the ball to Scatterboo more. That guy's starting to make some plays. Feed him the ball more. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Chargers in this one. The Chargers on look, we did our AFC West predictions, and we were all high on the Chargers. Jim Harbaugh, he believes in his quarterback, Herbert, who is having a really good year. And Chargers go in, they get this win.
And you don't see many teams start 3-0 with 3 division wins.
No. You're right about that. So that's pretty solid. Okay, next game, moving right along here. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. A rematch here of a playoff game. You got the playoff game from last year. You got the Philadelphia Eagles 3-0. Okay, at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 3-0. Possible game of the day. 2 3-0 teams. Eagles great comeback win last week versus the Rams. And the Buccaneers squeaked by the Jets. Jacob, talk to me.
Here's your tie, AJ. This is the one. This is the tie. No, Mike Evans is out, right? Chris Godwin's finally back, which is dope. But as much as I want to pick the Bucs, Philadelphia wins this game. It's 3.5-point spread Philadelphia's way. Philly's going to win this. I don't care if it's in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay they've had a fourth quarter comeback win. They've played well at the end. Baker's been willing
every game
victory. Yep, every game, and I think that dies here with Philly.
Who you got,
ahead,
Jacob?
AJ.
Philly.
Okay, Philly. Okay, Jacob. I mean, AJ.
What's the line on the game?
3.5.
Philadelphia's favorite.
Yep.
Philly by 3.5.
Okay, upset of the week. I'm picking Tampa.
Hell,
wow.
Oh, wait a minute now.
Look at it. Look at it.
Oh, wait, man, you're working me, AJ. You're killing me.
I see you.
Well, last year, the Eagles won the Super Bowl, but one of those 4 losses in regular season was against Tampa. We saw what happened in 2023 wild card against Tampa too. And I think even though I know Mike Evans being out hurts, Emeka Egbuka, man, he is hooping. Like, he is playing at a high level as a rookie. Love how he's playing in offense. Their defensive line with Vita Vea and just really Todd Bowles. I mean, he overall handles the scheme of that side. I'm encouraged from what I've seen from the Bucks, and I think that they're gonna upset the Eagles, and the Eagles get their first loss in this game.
Wow.
I can't pick Philadelphia. So.
Okay.
I appreciate you saying that at the end. There you go.
There's the honesty.
I appreciate the honesty. Listen,
My
he's
dad's
right,
a Bucks fan, so.
Abuka is the real deal. That's for sure. But I do think, and injuries are piling up on both sides. Nolan Smith for the Eagles went on IR today, with an injury. So, but the Bucks are just kind of banged up some more. I mean, you lose Mike Evans, and that just allows them to kind of put more focus on Abuka. Somebody else has got to step up. And I kind of like Jacob said, you got to give Baker Mayfield all the credit in the world. I mean, the guy, again, the fourth quarter comebacks, if he gets the ball in his hand the last 2 minutes, he's probably going to win the game. It's pretty unbelievable. But at some point, that does have to run out a little bit, and playing the defending champs, that's where it probably runs out. So the Eagles, I think it was a perfect scenario for them last week where they got down big and had to throw the ball and come back and win. They got Devontae Smith involved, A.J. Brown involved, and shown that they can do it. So they're probably still going to be, even though they won that game, they're probably going to be pissed off. So I like the Eagles to win this game. Joel, don't get mad at me if they lose, because my Eagles buddy, he texted me middle of the game last week and was like, don't ever pick them again because they were getting dominated. And they came back and won the game. But I'm going to take the Eagles to get another win.
Well, Dustin, look like you're going to be on an island by yourself, man. Well, no, okay.
Jacob's got the Eagles.
Okay, no, okay. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm with you, Jacob. I got Tampa Bay.
Oh, you with AJ?
Yeah,
AJ.
Oh, see, so okay, I have it wrong here. Okay, Jacob, you gonna fly?
Come on now.
I got it right here. I'm looking okay. So AJ, I'm with you. Okay, but for different reasons, of course. All right. I got Tampa Bay winning this one. I think this team might be better than what we think. And Dustin, you said it, man. Baker Mayfield does Baker Mayfield things. So yeah, if it gets down to a 2-minute type situation, a close game, I'm gonna go Baker Mayfield.
Are you putting an upset stamp on that?
No. I'm not gonna put an upset on it. But I'm just gonna take I'm gonna take the Buccaneers to get their first win, and the Eagles get their first loss, which is that's not a knock on Philly. They are still a hell of a team there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So all right, next game we have here is going to be the Indianapolis Colts 3-0 at the 2-1 LA Rams. So here's the notes on this, okay? So Dustin, it appears the Colts are for real. Okay, they're 3-0 on the road versus the Rams this week. And look here, the last time the Indianapolis Colts were 3-0 was in 2009 when they started the season 14-0. Dustin Pfeiffer.
Wow.
Who you like?
Yeah. Let me start off. I'll look right in the screen and say it. Indianapolis Colts fans, I apologize. I said last week that you had a good start, but you were not legit. I will officially say on record here on September 24th that the Indianapolis Colts are legit.
Hey, wait a minute. Dustin, I tell you what. I want you, wait a minute. This is what we're going to do.
Okay.
Because I want this to be very meaningful.
Yeah, put me on the screen.
Wait a minute. AJ, I'm taking you out for a moment.
Okay.
Jacob, I'm taking you out.
Okay, put me on the screen. I want to talk to the Colts.
I'm taking myself out.
Okay. Indianapolis Colts fans, I sit here on September 24th, 2025, offering you my sincerest apologies for saying you are not a legit football team. You went out, you dominated the Tennessee Titans, you won 41-20. You are officially legit in the NFL, and I put you on the NFL contenders list. So congratulations, way to go. And with that being said, I'm picking you to lose to the Los Angeles Rams this week.
Wait a minute. Let me get the guys back in here. Oh, no, you got to drop a bomb on us like that.
Now, let me preface it by saying this pick is not to knock the Indianapolis Colts. What I just said and what Gene's probably going to clip to the Indianapolis Colts fans, and hopefully they take my sincere apology, because I am saying they are a contender. It's just the fact that they're traveling West Coast to a Rams team who's going to be very mad they blew that game against the Philadelphia Eagles. Losing this game is not taking them out of anything I said. I think they are going to win the AFC South. I probably should have said that in my video, but I just don't think they're going to win traveling across West Coast this week.
All right. Okay.
Again, I'm sorry, Indianapolis Colts fans.
All right, so you're going with the Rams.
I am.
All
Rams
right,
are favored by 3.5.
AJ, who you like?
I have the Rams winning this game too. Similar to what Dustin said, I think they're going to bounce back after having a 26-7 lead and allowing the Eagles to score 26 unanswered points. Yeah, I think they're going to respond in this game, and it's no knock on the Colts as well, because similar to like what Dustin said too, I think that this Colts team is just different. Daniel Jones having a career year so far. I think it's going to be a close game too as well, but I have the Rams pulling this one out at home, and yeah, especially Matthew Stafford, because really Matthew Stafford didn't really play great in that Eagles game too, but they still had that lead in that game too, and their defensive line is the best in the league as well. Yeah, I have the Rams winning this game.
Jacob.
So I was trying to look up on the ESPN app where the public money, there it is. So it looks like 71% of the public money is on the Rams in this one. And there's a guy by the name of Pat McAfee, runs a really popular podcast. Is on ESPN now, big money, right? But he played for the Indianapolis Colts. He was a punter for them. And something that I've learned from Pat McAfee is when you have on a team, they lose more than not. I'm taking this as my upset of the week. Over the Rams. Rams are going to stuff the rarity last week. However, do you think the Colts are going to pull this one off? I think they have their first turnover of the season. I think they finally turned the ball over. And I will say, my girlfriend, I put $20 on this game. She thinks the Rams are going to win. We went back and forth on this one a couple of times. I am taking the Colts to win this game. It pains me to the deepest parts of my core because they're in the Texans division, but I am all aboard the Daniel train. Danny Dimes is playing terrific. The X factor this week. Michael Pittman has a good week, and I think that Colts defense is good enough to outlast the Rams.
Okay, that's a pretty bold pick. I'm going to go with the Rams. I think the Rams bounce back, man. Look, that's a heartbreaker to lose the way they lost that game last week in Philly. They're at home so far. Am I right? I think so. Yeah. So they get this win. I got the Rams.
And we talk about Indiana Jones, rightfully so. He's balling. And you kind of mentioned it last week, Jacob and Gene. Jonathan Taylor turning back into one of the best running backs in the league is a huge revelation for them.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely right.
It's the best running back.
Yeah, maybe. Absolutely.
All right, keeping it on the West Coast there, NFC West. You got the 2-1 Jacksonville Jaguars at the 3-0 San Francisco 49ers, guys. And look here. I don't know how the 49ers are 3-0, but they are, okay? And the Jags are in second place in the AFC South behind Indy. AJ, who do you like in this one?
I have the 49ers winning because I believe I saw something about Brock Purdy today being limited at practice. That's usually a good sign for player returning in the game. And also, if he wasn't, Mac Jones, he has like a little knee injury too as well. So I think Brock Purdy returning this game is going to help them. Jacksonville, they beat the Texans, yes, but they struggled in that game too as well, especially from an offensive perspective too. So I think the 49ers, even though, like I said earlier, Nick Bosa being out for the season, that sucks, especially with your pass rush and stuff like that too, taking a hit. I think the 49ers are going to be able to win this game, especially hopefully if Ricky Pearsall plays. I know he has like a little injury too as well, but I think that overall they have the better team. And yeah, they, in my opinion, you can make the argument that 49ers should be 1-2, but they were able to right now have a 3-0 record. And I think they're going to win this game against Jacksonville.
All right, Dustin.
Listen, I kind of agree with what AJ said. I mean, Jacksonville, props to them for being 2-1 off to a nice start. But listen, Trevor Lawrence still has 4 touchdowns and 4 interceptions on the season. It's not like he's really lighting it up. Their defense has played well. So, I mean, same for the 49ers. Their defense has won them some football games. But I do agree with AJ. Brock Purdy is supposed to be back this week. I think that'll give them a boost. Being at home, Christian McCaffrey keep feeding the ball. Obviously, they lost Bosa. That's another big injury. If these guys keep dropping, once again, the 49ers could be looking at what ifs down here at the middle of the season. But they are 3-0. They are at home, and I'm going to take them to get another win.
Jacob.
I hope Mac Jones plays because it's a revenge game, right? Mac Jones played Jacksonville. That's who took him. But San Francisco wins this game. Jacksonville is the biggest pretender in the AFC right now, 2-1. They did not deserve the dub against Houston. They have not looked good. Their receivers lead the NFL in most drop passes. I'm not a Trevor Lawrence fan, but it's not even just the fact that the team around him is not very good. So I do think that it's going to be the battle of the defenses. This game's probably going to end up like 13-10 at the final ticker, but give me 49 to win.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, I guess it's unanimous. We're going to go with the 49ers to get this win here. All right. Let's go with the next game here. The 1-2 Baltimore Ravens at the 1-2 Kansas City Chiefs. All right. So who would have thunk it, guys? Ravens and Chiefs would have a combined record of 2-4 to start the season. Ravens on a short week losing to the Lions on Monday Night Football. KC get it done versus the Giants. Dustin, what do you think about this one?
Man, I mean, what a showdown. I mean, this is 2 of what we consider the best teams in the AFC this year and the last few years. I think it's going to be a great game. Man, both of these teams just have me really questioning them. Like, yes, the Chiefs got a win last week, but once again, it was ugly football. And then the Ravens, I mean, they score some points, but that defense has just been, not good. So I'm not sure the status of Xavier Worthy. That would be big. Tyquan Thornton has been a nice little highlight for the Kansas City Chiefs. This will be let me count this, Gene. 1, 2, third upset of the week. Put this on the board, Gene.
Oh,
once again, the Chiefs are a 2.5 point dog at home. And if you're going to give me the Chiefs and an underdog at home, I'm going to take them. And to me, it's not necessarily about the Chiefs. I have concerns about the Baltimore Ravens. Guys, we talked about this after the loss to Buffalo. That gets in your head. That psyche of you losing these close games to good teams, Derrick Henry with a 3rd fumble in 3 weeks. I mean, those are problems, and that defense can't stop anybody right now. So I know the Chiefs' offense is struggling, but if they don't get to Patrick Mahomes like they didn't get to Jared Goff, he will find a way to make plays. So give me the Kansas City Chiefs to pull off the upset.
Wow.
Jacob.
I'm taking Baltimore. I'm 3-0 on picking the Chiefs this year. I like Baltimore in this one. I think this is the bounce back for Baltimore. They needed to beat Detroit. They did not. I think Baltimore has a terrific game. I think Derrick Henry doesn't fumble. If you take all the Derrick Henry fumbles away, Baltimore might be undefeated, right? So it's just one of those things where I don't think Kansas City's got it in them to beat. I think this Baltimore offense is too high octane, and they can outscore the Chiefs if the Chiefs somehow figure out how to score. I don't think the Chiefs deserve the win against the Giants. That guy did. I picked them to, but Giants should have won that if Russ wasn't what. Honestly, the Giants win that game. So I am taking Baltimore. I think their defense steps it up a little bit this week. Their pass rush is a problem. The Baltimore pass rush does not exist, but give me Baltimore.
AJ.
Yeah, and I believe that Nandi Madubuike not being there for the Ravens really makes a difference too as well. But I'm going to pick Baltimore in this game too. I would pick Kansas City, especially from the home perspective, them being at Arrowhead. But I think Baltimore, they really have to win this game. It's a gut shit type of game too because, yeah, like you said, Jacob, they really could be 3-0 right now. And yeah, Derrick Henry just not fumbling. I mean, the football, I think they're going to play better, especially they'll be up for this matchup. We remember week 1 of the 2024 season, how that game ended and stuff like that. If Isaiah likely had both toes in and stuff like that too, they would have won that game. I believe that, yeah, Baltimore, they have to win this game, man. It's crazy to say that the loser is going to be 1-3, but I have Baltimore winning this and moving into a 2-2 record, and Kansas City being 1-3. I think overall this year for the Chiefs, I mean, obviously with Rasheed Rice having a 6-game suspension, Xavier Worthy getting hurt in the first game, I think this is going to be the most adverse year for the Kansas City Chiefs in the Mahomes and Andy Reid era.
Okay. All right. Well, Bobby has made his pick official. He likes the Ravens. I like the Ravens. All right. Look, and AJ, you make a good point here. One of these teams is going to be 1-3. And just to be consistent with what I have said about the AFC West, I said there would be a drop-off with the Chiefs. And this is basically that opportunity where we're going to see it kind of, but I did not see the Baltimore Ravens, having their problems. But look, Dustin, you said the defense has been pretty bad. Well, most of their defense was on the sidelines watching the game the other night. So, so that accounted for some of that. But I don't know what's going on with Derrick Henry. But look, man, the recipe for 6'4" guy now that kind of, walks and stands up when he runs. I mean, hey, they're coming after him. I mean, what do you do? What can you do when you hold the ball tight and you need the other hand to stiff arm? And I mean, what can you do? Yeah. You can't run with two hands on the ball because you look stupid, right? So, I mean, they're going to be coming after this guy, but somehow I'm sure they're practicing on the way for him to secure that ball. He's not going to get down low because he's just too damn tall. But Ravens get back on track, and KC, they got to beat KC anyway. I mean, regardless, KC has owned them. So I'm going with KC with the Ravens to win.
Okay.
All right. And so we put Barbie's pick up there because, that's just because we're getting close. We're talking about the Raiders now. We got the Chicago Bears 1-2 at the Las Vegas Raiders 1-2. And guys, let me give you a little bit, Bears are feeling good about themselves after beating AJ's Cowboys last week. Raiders took a beating versus Washington last week. So you can expect a sea of blue and orange at Allegiant Stadium, just like it was the last time I was there, guys. I was staying somewhere in Vegas. It wasn't Virgin Hotels, but I was at one of the casinos. And I've never seen so many Bears fans in Las Vegas. And they talked a bunch of crap. So when we went to the game at Allegiant, it was my first time at Allegiant Stadium, by the way. And they won the damn game. I mean, and Justin Fields, led by Justin Fields. How about that, huh? Yeah. I think the Raider fans remember that. I think that was when they realized that they didn't have a fan base. Because they just that whole place was nothing but Bears fans. But Jacob, look, man, we had a lot of fun out there in Vegas, Dustin,
we did.
You guys, and Jacob. I mean, okay. Well, first, let me put Barbie's picks up there because it only matters.
I wonder who he picked.
Well, hold on a minute. I mean, look, it only matters but I don't know who Barbie's going to pick. He might. Oh, there's his pick. Okay, all right. Barbie liked the Raiders there. Jacob, who do you like in this game?
Yeah, this one was really tough. So, right. And I'm taking the Bears in this one, but my heart tells me that the Raiders win this one. The Raiders are pretty dirty this season. But really what it boils down to is Chicago looked phenomenal against Dallas. And I picked this game wrong, as Dustin pointed out earlier in the show. And that's fine. The Bears really turned it around. They look good. They look very, very good. And I get that Dallas lost CeeDee Lamb, and their offense is not very deep. The Raiders' offense is better. However, give me the Bears.
All right. AJ.
I have the Raiders winning this game. And, I think that Bears-Cowboys game is an anomaly. First and foremost, I mean, I think that game is different if Javonte Williams isn't taking the ball out of his hand in the sideline, too, because they were running the ball down their throats. But anyways.
Now, hold on, AJ. Y'all lost by 17 points.
No, I'm saying, but starting off, though,
making sure.
They had a 3-and-out, too. The Bears had a 3-and-out, too.
They did. They did.
Yeah, but I have the Raiders winning this game just because I believe that Max Crosby could potentially have a field day. I mean, I just see it. I mean, he hasn't really done too much. I mean, besides that Patriots game, been a little bit quiet, but I believe, if there's any time, especially being back at Allegiant in week 4, I think that this is an opportunity for him to do so. And because the Raiders, their offense hasn't been impressive in my opinion. We saw the Monday Night Football game a couple of weeks ago. Geno Smith threw an interception in the first play, threw 3 interceptions in that game. They have to be better, and they really haven't utilized Ashton Jeanty well, in my opinion. What's called Chip Kelly said something about load management. I think this needs to be a game that they play better. I get Caleb.
Load management on a rookie?
Yes, that's what he said. Yeah, that's what he said.
Wow.
But I think that the Raiders, they can win this game. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Bears coming off of the game that they had. Yes, Ben Johnson is innovative play caller, things of that nature too as well. But I think the Raiders are going to humble them in this matchup and win.
Listen, Geno did have a better game last week. He threw for 3 touchdowns, even though they were getting blown out. But what you said about Ashton Jeanty is just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. You all are talking about wanting to hire Chip Kelly and he should be a head coach. Ashton Jeanty is a top 10 running back pick in the NFL. And guys, I don't know if y'all know this. If you pick a running back in the top 10, because you know how running backs have fallen off in the draft. If you pick a running back in the top 10, that guy should be toting the rock 25 times a game every week and dominating a football game. And I'm looking last week, 17 carries for 63 yards. And I'm just like, guys, unleash him. If you're going to draft him that high, you have to unleash him, especially the way Geno Smith is turning over the football. So I don't like that at all. Like you said, Gene, load management, that's a bunch of crap for a rookie who was drafted in the top 10. And I will say, whoever plays the Cowboys the week before, it's hard to judge how they're going to do next week, because was it just the Cowboys defense or did they really find something? But I think the Bears actually found something. I know it was the Cowboys and their defense, but let's not forget it's Ben Johnson. It takes a couple weeks for these guys, a few weeks to get these guys to get settled into his scheme. But that's the best we've seen Caleb Williams look in his career. His footwork was great. He was finding them. The defense was making opportunities with turnovers. I like the Bears to get another win. I'm not saying they're going to go on this huge run, but I think they've got settled into Ben Johnson's offense. And I just haven't seen enough from the Raiders offense, especially with that Ashton Jeanty stuff. That rubs me the wrong way. So give me the Bears to get a win.
Okay. Dustin, I agree with that. But look, I am going to go with the Raiders on this because I agree, AJ, that look, you have to get Jeanty going. You have to. Look, because look, the top 2 running backs in that draft was Hampton. I thought Hampton, the Chargers got Hampton going now. It's unfortunate what happened to Najee Harris. So you're going to see a whole lot of Hampton. But Hampton is a good back too. So you couldn't. You couldn't go wrong picking either one of those guys. But man, you gotta let this guy go. And and Jacob, I'm sorry, I'm just not a Chip Kelly fan. Never have been.
I'm not either.
And I know Pete Carroll has. He plays. He has allegiance to guys, and I get that. But man, look, you let this guy go. You let him go. And look, I like Max Crosby, AJ. Yeah, he needs to get going. But you got offense, you got defense, you got a weapon on both sides of the ball. You let those guys get going. So I'm going to take the Raiders just because I just think they need to avenge what happened in 2022, I think that was, or 2023 when the Bears just took over Vegas. And I think they're at home. They know the Bears are feeling good about that win last week. So I like the I like
that's
the Raiders.
The thing. You're talking about Max Crosby and that defense. If that defense is so good, then pound the ball with Ashton Jeanty and rely on your defense.
Yeah, I agree. And that's what I expect to see, I hope. But man, the only thing that holds them back is Chip Kelly. And that's not a good thing.
No.
All right. So it looks like we got the Sunday night game here.
Sunday night.
Let's go.
This is the game that we've been waiting for here. And oh my God, here it's the Dallas Cowboys. It's the Green Bay Packers, 2-1 at the 1-2 Dallas Cowboys. Okay, so how is this? Okay, so the most anticipated game of the week, and it's on Sunday night, and it's the return of Micah. Okay, that sounds like something out of the Bible, don't it? Like a chapter out of the Bible. It does, huh? The return of Micah. All right, so AJ, man, all right, give us your narrative on this one.
The narrative is that everybody's picking Green Bay, so just gonna pick that for the rest of y'all. But put that music up, man. Upset of the week. I hate Green Bay forever. There's no love lost. I'm sorry.
He's
gone. Hey, like I said, they should win. Green Bay should definitely win. But this is a good threat game for the Cowboys. And I mean, I don't know why they didn't put Davion Clowney in that game last week. I don't even think it would have made much of a difference. DeRon Bland returning is going to help. But, man, Eberflus, what are you doing, dog? Like, this has to be, like, this. He has to coach for his life, in my opinion, in this game. Like, he's shown no adjustments in the past two games. In the first game against Philly, the defense looked fine. I mean, the Eagles, they won the game still, but it looked fine. It wasn't this bad. But, yeah, this has to be a game to where, like, you have to put your pride on the line. Like, you have to show that you're actually a professional football team. Like, I believe teams are 8-12 on plays over 20 yards passing against the Cowboys secondary. So it's awful. We got to get right, man. Dak is playing at a great level. The running game has been really used well with Javonte Williams. Ferguson's been playing well. CD being hurt sucks.
No CD Lamb.
I hate that so much. You're going to be able to key in more on George Pickens. But I believe if there's any game that they can win with all odds against them, it can be this one. I remember a couple of years ago when Dak got injured in the first game against Tampa in 2022. People were like, "Oh, their season's going to be over." They played Cincinnati the following week. They won in the upset game there. So, it's a different comparison, but they're still in the NFL, man. So I believe that this has to be a game where you have to play with all your pride on the line, and you're playing against Micah Kenny Clark. I know he's the other player that was traded too, but I'm sure he wants to win this game as well too. So, like I said, this is the upset of the week for me. I don't care. I'm never picking Green Bay against Dallas.
Go ahead, Jacob.
I know my internet has been pretty shoddy tonight. Not totally sure what to do with that, and it will be better next week. However, I hope everybody hears me loud and clear. I have no idea what's going to happen in this game. I don't understand this Packers team. I'm taking Green Bay, which, shout out to you, AJ, probably means Dallas wins. And if you gamble this show, do not choose from what I am doing with this game because I have no idea what direction to go with the Packers. I took them to lose weeks 1 and week 2. They looked great. I took them to beat Cleveland because that made sense, and they lost. So I'm taking Green Bay to beat the Dallas Cowboys. I do think that Green Bay has the better overall team, more depth on offense. Offensive line is playing equally or better. Defense is better overall. So give me Green Bay to take this dub.
Gene, put us all back on the screen for a sec, please.
Okay. All
because respectfully, AJ, you are my guy. And this is what I'm about to say is actually saying a lot, seeing as how we have to talk to Mean Gene every week with his picks. But that is one of the most ridiculous upset picks we've probably had on this show since we've started YouTube because this is not happening. A, no CD Lamb. B, Micah Parsons is coming back, and I don't care what anybody says, he's coming to wreak havoc. And on the top of that, the Green Bay Packers have owned the Dallas Cowboys the last few years, including the playoffs. I think they've won 5 straight games against the Dallas Cowboys. Green Bay coming, like Jacob just said, pissed off after losing to a Cleveland Browns team they should not have lost to. I got the Green Bay Packers by double digits at Dallas. I don't think this is happening. I think Micah Parsons is going to have 2 sacks. No CD Lamb, George Pickens, Gene, you know him in Pittsburgh. He's not meant to be a number 1 receiver. This is not going to bode well for him. I'm sorry, AJ. I'm not trying to disrespect you. I could come back and I could be like Jacob last week when he picked Dallas to kill the Bears, and I could sound like an idiot. But I just think there's no way that the Dallas Cowboys are beating the Green Bay Packers.
AJ, you don't have to take that on the chin. This guy thought the Titans were going to beat the Broncos. Okay.
Hey, look at this. Hey, Jacob. Hey, look at the standings, bud. Look at the standings.
Well, no, I have Green Bay, guys, and it's Green Bay's coming off a loss, right? I mean, look what happened there. I mean, so they're rolling and Parsons feeling that, and he took that loss personal too, and as well as that Green Bay defense. I know the history between these teams there, man, and I think Michael was quoted as saying, "Oh man, it's gonna hurt to have to sack Dak Prescott," right? So I got Green Bay. I got Green Bay winning this game. It doesn't mean that Dak is not going to have a good game. If you don't throw the ball to Pickens when he's open, and Pickens, this could be one of those games where Pickens can become a crybaby because he knows he doesn't have CD to compete with now. So if Dak is throwing the ball to Tobin or Turpin, then Pickens gonna whine like a baby. So I got Green Bay winning this game.
If CD was playing, I would consider it a little more. But at the same time, we talk about Green Bay. They're looking over at Detroit, going, "Man, this division, like we gotta keep track with the Detroit Lions, and there's no way they're not going to bounce back after what
Even Minnesota, you got to keep up with Minnesota too.
happened last week."
All right, so now that brings us to we got 2 Monday night games, and then we're gonna wrap up the show. Look, hey, this game right here. Oh my God. Okay, look, you know, two 0-3 matchups. We talked about one of them was Tennessee and Houston. Now here's the other one. Okay, somebody's gonna win their first game, and it should be the Miami Dolphins because look, man, I am trying to save Mike McDaniel's job, but I don't know if I can do it anymore. You got my notes here says who cares about this game, so we really got to talk about it a little bit, right? So 0-3 Jets. Aaron Glenn still looking for his first win of the year. So is Mike McDaniel. But AJ, who wins this game?
I think Miami's going to finally get their first win. I mean, not only because they're at home, I still believe that the Dolphins have overall more talent, but Tua has to play cleaner. Tyreek Hill, I mean, he played better in the last game, and so did Jalen Waddle. They both had a touchdown against Buffalo, but they got to win this game because if not now, then when? And the Jets, I mean, really the Jets have looked more competitive in all three of their matchups compared to them. But if Tyrod Taylor is playing in this game, he's not a bad backup. I just believe that the Dolphins, it is time for them to hopefully get their first win. But like you said, I mean, it's hard to choose. I mean, both of these teams are pretty bad right now.
Jacob, who do you like in this game?
Dustin, go before me.
I'm over here flipping a quarter trying to figure out who I'm going to pick, Jacob. Because listen, like part of me looks at Miami and goes, "All right, I'll give you props. You hung in there in that Buffalo game last week. Like you showed me a little something." I flip on the other side. How about the Jets going down to the wire with Tampa? Like their teams are at least showing fight. So I could go one way or the other and say one of them's due to get a win. And I've literally wrote down Miami, and then as soon as AJ said that, I flipped to New York, and now I'm back in the middle. I'll take the Miami Dolphins at home. I don't like this pick. I could totally see the Jets winning. I want to throw that out there. But the way they fought in Buffalo, the offense got going slightly a little bit before they kind of gave it away there at the end. I think if Mike McDaniels, you just said it, Gene, we've been saying he's on the hot seat. But if you lose at home to an 0-3 Jets team on national TV on ESPN, you might be shown the door before week 5. So I will take the Dolphins to get a win to try to give him a couple more weeks down there in Miami.
That did not help me at all. Keenan Williams is hurt, right? He just left. He's not going to play in this game. I've got the Jets circled on my paper. I've got them upsetting Miami at Hard Rock. This is going to be an awful game. And, you know, Tua played better last week against the Bills. This is the same offense that week 1 I picked to upset the Indianapolis Colts in week 1 because the offense is the same as it was last year. There was no reason for regression, and they regressed. And they've gotten better each week, but give me the Jets to upset them. Go ahead and lock it in as an upset of the week. Because
okay, all right.
Jets upset Miami at Hard Rock.
You haven't used that upset button there.
I have.
This is Jacob's third upset of the week. I like him going out on a limb. I like this.
Dustin fired me up in the beginning of the show.
All right.
I'm going to go with the Dolphins. I'm going to stick with my theory here. I'm trying to save McDaniel's job here, even though that whole Miami Dolphins team is just a mess. It's just a mess. Tyreek Hill, I do expect him to be traded at some point, especially if they don't win this game. I just think they're going to bust that whole team up and just be done with it.
And that's what makes me question is because look how much the Jets players love playing for Aaron Glenn. Look at that energy on the sideline last week. So even they're 0-3, I like what Aaron Glenn's kind of building there early on in New York.
He's going to get that win there sooner or later. Okay, so and it brings us to the last game, guys. The 2-1 Cincinnati Bengals at the 1-2 Denver Broncos. And the notes on this, guys, is that the Broncos are pissed off losing that close one to the Chargers last week, and the Bengals were manhandled by Carson Wentz and the Vikings last week. So, Jacob, you want to who you like in this one?
I'll kick this one off. Denver should be 2-1. The Colts loss was a bogey, and Denver's going to beat Cincinnati. Cincinnati is not the better team here. They have better skill players, but give me Denver to win this game. They've got a superior defense. Bojangles Nixon's going to get things rolling. Denver.
All right. Dustin, who you like in this one?
Yeah, listen, I'll try to keep this brief so we can keep this moving. Cincinnati Bengals, life comes at you fast, man. You're 2-0, Joe Burrow, and then he goes out, and here we are. And, again, I like Jake Browning, but, man, that was an ugly performance last week in Denver. Gene and Jacob, if they're going to go where you think they're going to go this season, this is a must-win football game at home. So put that lock of the week up. This will be my second one. It's kind of the same story. I had Houston Texans. I think their season's on the line. I think being in the AFC West with the Chargers and the Chiefs and those other teams, it's hard to say it's a must-win in Week 4, but this is a must-win at home against the backup quarterback and the Bengals. Give me the Broncos to get a win.
All right. AJ, what do you like in this one?
I'm with Dustin. This is my lock of the week, too, as well, having the Broncos win this game. Jake Browning has thrown 4 interceptions in 2 games, and he didn't even start both games. But he started last game, the first one. So I think that the Bengals is going to get really bleak for them soon. I think that they have the potential of maybe trading even Trey Hendrickson before the trade deadline because, he's going to be a free agent after this year. And I don't think it's going to be a great season for them, but the Broncos, so a lot of people, I don't know if y'all noticed, a lot of people before the year were predicting them to be low-key the team that wins the AFC West. At that point, it doesn't become low-key anymore, but I think the Broncos, they have one of the best defenses in the league. I mean, yeah, you have Pat Surtain, reigning defensive player of the year. Defensive line is great too. Yeah, I have the Broncos winning this game, getting back right after losing against the Chargers.
I think I'm going to lock it too. Yeah, I think because the Broncos is that team that I picked to win that AFC West, so they get back on track here. They get this done, and they
a record 3 locks of the week for Gene this week, Jacob. He's really trying to get back in this.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, look here. So, these are games that I genuinely think that
I agree.
These are good picks. Hey guys, great show. And Jacob, I know you had some sound issues there, but we got your picks, man. So look here, we probably didn't hear you, and for the picks that we couldn't hear, we just picked any damn way, okay? So,
I mean, we could have done better than 8-8, so we just threw some picks in there.
We just threw the pick in there.
Trying to help
anyway,
you out,
so,
Jacob.
AJ, man, we appreciate having you on. You're gonna come back and join us like later on in the year, right?
Absolutely. Whenever y'all want me, just let me know.
Well, listen, we might have you on sooner rather than later if that upset pick fails like I think it's going to fail on Sunday night. So.
Hey, and for everybody out there, Bobby and folks, hey, look, this show is growing like a wildfire, and we need you to continue to like the show. Comments. I think we had over, close to like 500 likes here within the last couple of weeks, and we're people are subscribing to the show. We're getting a ton of subscriptions there. So hey, share the show with people. This is a fun show here. We keep it fun here, but all of us have done our due diligence here when it comes to making these picks. And I mean, we have fun here, and just join us.
Please spread the word. We are this close to 500 subscribers.
Yes, we are.
Get that, then we can go to the next milestone of 1,000, and we appreciate all of your support.
Just started a month ago, and I mean, we just trying to make a living here, folks. Come on, help us out. Help us out here. All right, guys. So hey, tomorrow night, Seattle and Arizona, and we're gonna be grading our papers early. Want to thank everybody for hanging out with us, and we're gonna see you back here next week here on the Sports Kings. It'll be the Week 5 prediction show. So have a great weekend.